Today we are going to speak about Chloé's private collection. You have been asking me for such a long time about this collection and I never got the chance really to test them. I smelled one or two fragrances in the airport and in the department store, but never really a real test. So finally I got some samples and today I'm going to share with you my first impression on Atelier de Fleurs from Chloé. The only thing that I have to say is that the samples come in a dapper, which is not my perfect method of testing, but I don't care. I am so excited to test this collection and specifically 2 or 3 fragrances that a lot of you told me about. So I'm going randomly. The first fragrance that I have here is Ylang Kanaga. Very simple, fresh ylang fragrance. It's not into the animalic side. Ylang can go either a little bit indolic, almost animalic, not totally like Jasmine and Tuberouse, but a little bit, and also can go quite sweet. Here it's just in between. It's very fresh. Now I'm getting more of the sweet side. There's a lot of citruses and I would say almost orange blossoms. Like there is something floral that is fresh and bright, but it's in the background, so I can't really say what it is. Very straightforward. It's getting sweeter and sweeter by the time. Now it's getting into the territory where I am not loving ylang. Like in the beginning it was mixed with the citruses. I love this freshness. Now it's getting more into, I would say, creamy, a little bit sweet side, but I know that a lot of people prefer this side of ylang. It's quite on the simple side. Like my first impression, or when I see the bottles, when I know about Chloé, I have in mind an idea about the aesthetic of the brand and also how these fragrances smell in a way. So I expected for all of these fragrances to be quite on the simple, easygoing side, natural smelling almost. And I would say this definitely falls in this category. It's a very good fragrance, but it's not wowing me. Let's move on to Tuberosa 1973. That's quite vintage-like. Yeah, it reminds me of the fragrance bottles of my mother. When I was a child, I used to smell her fragrances, and it's definitely in that vibe. So it's an ambery take on Tuberouse, but quite vintage. So I guess this is why 1973. I'm going to check online why is it called like that. I'm very curious. Okay, it says that this edition revives the house's first perfume that was launched in 1974. It's 1974. I was mistaken. I wrote on the blotter 1974. 3, it's 1974. I'm so sorry. This fragrance is definitely a throwback. It smells so like my childhood. Yeah, it's very ambery, spicy Tuberouse. Not my favorite one, I have to say, but if you are into these kind of fragrances, or you are in for nostalgia, I think you will like this one. Next we have Narcissus Poeticus. Now I love narcissus. I have a few fragrances that have, I couldn't say predominantly, but one of the main notes are narcissus, and I love them. Like for example Siwa from Memo. Let's see this one. I have a hunch that I am going to like this one, so let's see. That's a very fresh, again, take on narcissus. Kind of what I expected, but I expected something a little bit slightly more complex. It's very fresh, very spring-like. Walk in the garden in the spring kind of a fragrance. So beautiful. I like this one. It's very straightforward. And to me, I'm smelling maybe a little bit of musk, a little bit of citrus, maybe a hint of white floral type neroli or orange blossom in the mix, but it's all in the background. It's really a main character is narcissus here. That's very fresh and nice. It is in the same vibe of fragrances, not that they are similar, but I would wear these fragrances in the same occasion. So think about Cartier Cara, think about Chanel 1932. These very bright garden-like floral spring fragrances that have not a lot of sweetness going on, but they are not green, like they have this very dewy effect to them. Definitely like this one, but it's not a fragrance, to be honest, that I think I will personally buy. Let's move on to Iris. Okay, that can go sideways because I am not a huge fan of Iris. My problem with Iris is that it has this almost muddy, not muddy, dirt facet. I know I'm the only one who gets this facet, no one talks about it, but for me, when I smell Iris, I always, either I get this beautiful powderiness or I get dirt. So this is why I'm not a big fan of that note. Let's see how this smells. Oh yeah, we have a little bit of this dirt, earthy aspect. I want to say I'm smelling also violet leaf in a way. It's very sharp and earthy and quite simple. If you want a straightforward Iris, I think this is a good one. Like the majority till now that I have tried, for the exception of Tuberosa 1974, are very straightforward, simple, easygoing floral fragrance that is almost monotone or mono note. And since I don't like Iris, this was not a surprise. The next one has quite a name. So hibiscus, oh my god, abel mushus, I don't know. This is very hard for me to pronounce. This one I think can be something that I like. The name is a little bit complex, so maybe the fragrance is also on the sophisticated, complex side. Let's see. That's not what I expected. So it's again very simple, straightforward hibiscus, but with a lot of muskiness to it. A lot of musk. The citruses are not a lot here. Like in the rest of the fragrances that I've tested, there were a lot of citruses. Here it's just a lot of musk, and this hibiscus has this green touch. It's not like a flower, it's more like a bush, like the vegetation with the flower. It's something that I've never tested before, never smelled something like it. Usually with hibiscus fragrances, it's either tropical or sweet. This is definitely a different take. Yeah, I never tested a similar fragrance, but I don't think that this is my favorite one, to be honest. Okay, let's move to lavender. Another note that is not really my favorite. It depends. So I can now expect a very simple, straightforward lavender fragrance. Let's see. No, there is a little bit more going on. It's not the offensive lavenders that you would think of. It's not overly masculine. There's an aromatic touch, some maybe woody vetiver undertones. I want to say my favorite one. I think this and narcissus are till now my favorite. I can't pick. Like if I don't take in consideration a fragrance that I would personally wear, like just smelling this one, oh, I like it a lot. This very fresh, easygoing smell that is masculine, but it's also quite unisex. Like all the notes, all the smells are quite what you would associate with masculine fragrances. It's made in a very fresh, almost unisex way. Not for everyone, of course, not for every woman, let's say, but a very easy reach, fresh fragrance for men and maybe also for some women. Anyway, let's move on to the next one, and it is a verbena. That one will be quite interesting for me. That's quite light. Like a verbena usually has a very strong smell. This is very light. There is a lot of muskiness again going on here. It's just a faint lemon and musk, maybe slightly some petitgrain or something, but it's very on the light side. Like I did not expect such a light fragrance. I am more familiar with verbena in fragrances with like a lot of presence to them. This is very, very soft. Unisex, a hint of sweetness, but it's just barely there. It's such a light interpretation of verbena. It's not bad, but I can't say what I feel about it. Like, if it had more presence to it, I think I would definitely love it. As someone who loves fresh fragrances, definitely. For me, it's such an easy after the shower scent. Moving on, and I'm not going to repeat myself because I'm going to say the same, I think, over and over, because it smells simple, easygoing, easy reach, fresh fragrance. We have next another Tuberouse fragrance. This is Tuberouse Lazuli. I think this will be like the simple, easygoing Tuberouse. Let's see. No. Like the exception for in this collection is always Tuberouse. It's a woody, almost masculine Tuberouse. That's definitely different. Oh, but it is quite on the animalic side. I feel like I'm smelling almost a hint of cypriol, definitely patchouli. It's very on the masculine side. Like, I did not expect this one. Although it's a Tuberouse fragrance, but quite masculine and quite on the indolic side. I have to say, this is totally different to the rest that I have tested till now. Like, I would group it with the one Tuberouse 1974. I don't know, I believe they have two collections in the Atelier des Fleurs, like the one that comes in the transparent white bottle, and they are those that come in a, I think, bluish bottle. So maybe it belongs to that collection. So for me, this is definitely a pass. I don't like these kind of fragrances at all. Let's see what we have here. A Rosa Damascena. Now, I think that's a sample that have the name of the fragrance in gold, or the fresh ones, and the one where the letters are in black is a more complex, more, let's say, dark version. Let's see this one. I will tell you right from the start, I believe I'm going to smell a fragrance that is quite similar to Rosa Mucciniga from the Merchant of Venice, a la Rose from MFK. So let's see. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not quite predictable when it comes to the fresh side of Chloé. What am I going to smell? So this is right up my alley. I'm not going to lie. I love these kind of fragrances. Do I need another one in the same category? No. Oh, it's so beautiful. This very dewy, plush pink rose, like this very light rosy rose that is just opening up in the morning. There is a dew on it. It's just so beautiful. So it has a lot of freshness. It has a little bit of the green aspect. Not that it's a green fragrance. Like, I mean, it's not on the sweet side. It's not on the very strong rosy side when it comes to rose fragrance. It's stunning. What can I tell you? Is it totally identical to the fragrances I've mentioned? No. And I can tell you, if I prefer it to them, I have to compare them, but it's in the same family. I believe that for people who are not into this kind of scent profile will smell all of them almost as the same. For me, I definitely, at least from memory, I am smelling more of this natural smelling green edge that the rose have. Like, imagine the rose with the stem in a way. It's so beautiful. So if you love fresh rose scents, I mean, check it. It's very, very beautiful. Definitely my favorite now. Now let's get to Herba Mimosa. Again, a note that can go sideways. For me, Mimosa is very powdery, very dry, and also green. And when it's too dry and green, I don't like it. It's a little bit dusty, yes, but it's not too green. It's almost the same take as with Rosa Damascena, or Damascena, I don't know how to pronounce it. A very fresh take on that flower, without taking totally the simplicity or all the facets from the Mimosa. It's all there, but made tolerable for everyone. Am I making sense here? Like, I feel like they tamed down the rose, they tame down the mimosa here to be something that a lot of people can enjoy. It's light, it's fresh, you have a little bit of the dustiness, there is this very small hint of green in it. So it's still authentic to a mimosa, but made very soft, musky, quite nice, I have to say. I did not expect to like this one, but I really do. Is it something that I would wear? I'm going to tell you immediately no. I love their take on mimosa, but it needs for me something a little bit slightly more complex. I don't know. Next we have papyrus. Now I am almost sure that I'm not going to like this fragrance. Let's see. I'm not liking it, but I'm not totally put off by it. My problem with papyrus is that, or papyrus, I don't know, how do you pronounce it? It's, I want to say alimalic, but it's not like the right word for it. It has some similarities with the vetiver in a way. It's dry like vetiver, a little bit earthy like vetiver. It has also a little bit of the, I want to say, cypriol type, so a little bit of this sharp, woody, almost animalic touch. But it's also very green and fresh like grass. Like there is a lot of notes or facets with this note in particular that combines everything that I don't like in a way, and this is why I don't like this note very much. But objectively, it's a nice fragrance. Again, a very fresh take on that note. It's not off-putting. I was expecting a fragrance that would be a definite no for me, something I would not even like to smell on someone. But this is just good, nice. I can tell you that it is the best. There are very few fragrances, I believe, that have like predominantly papyrus note. Like I think there's one from Maison Crevelli. I didn't test it. I have a sample, but I didn't test that fragrance. And there is also another one. I can't remember now, but it's not a very common predominant note fragrances. So definitely this is a huge plus for someone who likes this note for sure, especially that it's not off-putting. It's made again very soft and easy to wear. Next we have Jasminium Sambac. Fun fact, I actually went this year to Egypt and went to the jasmine fields and also picked some flowers, some jasmine flowers. It was so beautiful. I filmed it actually, but by the time I got to edit it and complete it in a way, I was already in deep autumn. So I decided to postpone uploading that video for the summer. Let's see this one. Yeah, by now I am already expecting what to smell. A very fresh, easygoing jasmine that is not in the indolic side, but it has presence. Like it's almost there, but it's not going into totally that direction, you know? It's on the edge. It reminds me a lot of the jasmine that is used in Jasmine Sambac and Marigold from Jo Malone. Imagine that fragrance, but made more fresh, more musky. I want to say also almost watery. Imagine a diluted version, if you will, or less indolic version of that fragrance. This is it. Definitely a good fragrance, good jasmine fragrance for those who love that note. Next, we have Santalum, so a sandalwood fragrance. I want to say it's almost an aromatic take. Is it my hand? Am I smelling my hand? Because it smells a little bit like papyrus. No, it's not my hand. No, it's not contaminated with another fragrance. This is how it smells. I want to say it's sandalwood and papyrus in a way. It's very soft. I can't almost get it. Like it's very, very, very soft. It's creamy a little bit. So this creamy sandalwood with something, I want to say papyrus. I don't know. Is it in my head, or is it really a note that is in this fragrance? I can see that some people would definitely love this fragrance, but I don't like it. I don't like the clash of something that is like a creamy sandalwood with something that is a little bit aromatic, sharp, almost woody. No, I have to say I don't like this one very much, but I can see that some people would definitely love it. Oh, this is the last one, it's the one that is mostly hype. So this is a vanilla planifolia. Again, it seems like on the fresh side, on the simple side, because of the letters are in gold. Let's see. Oh, I get it. I get it. I don't know, but okay. I tested this fragrance at the airport, and I know the air is saturated and everything, but I can swear I smelled something totally different. Are there two vanilla fragrances from this line? This is totally different than what I smelled. What I smelled was extremely light, very on the fresh side, but also floral. I swear I smelled something a little bit almost like mimosa, like with vanilla. This is strict vanilla, sweet, but very sophisticated, simple. This is so good. It's almost bubblegummy vanilla. I don't know, does that exist? Like, it's almost a bubblegummy vanilla. It's very sweet, but not bakery sweet. It's, yeah, I don't have another description for this fragrance except it's a bubblegummy vanilla. Definitely not what I expected at low, and not what I have smelled at the airport. I have to check if there are two fragrances like with vanilla, or in vanilla in the name from this line. No, there are no fragrances with at least the name vanilla. What did I smell? Like, it's totally different. And I can't say that the air was saturated in a way, because like it's so different, like it's a total different fragrance. It's not even related in a way. I like this one. It's slightly too sweet for my liking. I have to say it's going into an extreme sweet, but I definitely get the hype. I know why so much of you likes this fragrance very much. In the realm of extremely sweet fragrances, like vanilla fragrances that are simple, this is one of the best. So yeah, definitely deserves a hype. Now I am going to resniff everything and tell you, let's say, the wins. I'm not going to rank every single one because I have so much, but I'm going to tell you what I feel like are, for me, a win. Okay, these are the fragrances that I would say are wins. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fragrances, and I ranked them. Starting with the least of my favorites, Lavender. It's so good. So good. Now it's going more on the masculine side, but it's still a very, very inoffensive lavender fresh fragrance, aromatic fragrance. So yeah, for men, I would definitely recommend it. Verbena didn't change, like it's the same. It's a very soft, lemony, slightly green. I'm not getting this petit grain that I got in the beginning anymore. It's more lemony than anything, like verbena. Nice. It's a fragrance that I would definitely buy if it was more affordable, let's say, because these kind of fragrances I usually wear as a after the shower scent. Just a little bit too expensive for that. So let's go to the next one, Herba Mimosa. I love how the mimosa is done here. I'm not going to lie, but it's not, again, a fragrance that I personally would invest in. Now, the next 4 are definitely fragrances that, for me, maybe I could think about getting. Number 4, we have a Jasminium Sambac. A very strict forward symbol, but fresh without the indolic side, Jasmine Sambac fragrance. Then, of course, number 3, Rosa Damascena. Oh my God. Is it something that I would buy? I don't think so, because I already have a lot of fragrances that are in this category. But maybe if I finish one of the ones that I have, I would definitely do a comparison and see if this one is worth, if I would get this one, like it's a contender. Next, we have Narcissus Poeticus. As I said, this is, again, just what I like in fragrances, specifically spring fragrances. It's so fresh. This is something that I would consider adding to my wish list, but I'm not going to decide now. I will have to test all of these fragrances. I will try my best to get the rest of the samples, so I get the whole collection of Chloe's fragrances and do a buying guide, but it was so difficult for me even to get these, so I don't believe that I will be able to unless I do a partial buying guide. Of course, number 1, because it is so beautiful and worth the hype, Vanilla Planifolia. This is so good, so good. Whoever hyped this fragrance did a service. Like, this is a beautiful vanilla fragrance, but it is on the simple side. I know a lot of you don't like this very simple vanilla. It's very sweet, so if you don't like extremely sweet fragrances, maybe this is not for you. I don't know. This could be something that I can add. Like, it's slightly too sweet for me, but still it's different. Like, I don't know. Again, I will test them on my skin and then decide. So this is my first impression on Atelier des Fleurs from Chloé. My final thoughts about what I've smelled till now. It's kind of very in what you would expect from Chloé. So very natural, very chic, easygoing, simple fragrances. Even when we consider the complex one, like the two that are Tuberouse fragrances, Tuberouse 1974 and Tuberouse Lazuli, are made very still in the vibe of Chloé in a way. So this, I want to say, bohemian chic kind of aesthetic. And although 1974 is kind of a vintage fragrance, I kind of like it. Like, it's not something that I would wear, but it's definitely a throwback. Like, this is so much my childhood. I can't even imagine. People used to smell like this. Yeah, it brings a lot of memory, let's say. Anyway, so I like it. I want to experiment more. I want to see what I am missing from this brand. Is it because you can almost predict what you are going to smell? So I will see what are the notes that I did not smell and maybe give it a try in the store and yeah, and see. I have to say both Narcissus Poeticus and Vanilla Planifolia could be added to my wish list. I don't know yet. So if you like very simple, easygoing, non-offensive, fresh fragrances, I think this collection is absolutely beautiful and is for you. If you don't like simple fragrances, you love maybe fresh fragrances, but you want something that is more complex, more perfumey in a way, I don't believe that you will like this this collection in general. I personally like it. I like very simple, easygoing. I like both. I like very simple and I like complex. But for a lot of these notes, I like how it is even quite difficult to note to make fresh and simple without being offensive or being lazy in a way. They did a great job. Like, they managed to do interesting but yet very easygoing and fresh and simple line. So yeah, definitely something that I am going to keep my eyes on for new releases. And as I said, I will try my best to do a buying guide. Tell me if you would be interested in that and which is your favorite Chloé or Atelier des Fleurs fragrance. Looking forward to see your comments. I hope you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, and if you did, please give me a thumb up and consider subscribing to my channel if you didn't already. I have a lot of buying guides. I do one every month, as well as reviews on all the new releases, top 10 list. If you love fragrances in general, this channel is definitely for you. So don't forget also to hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload any new video. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time. Ciao.